In this second example, it makes the most sense to me to start with the quotient of powers property, just because the two fractions that are being multiplied are separate. But again, it doesn't really matter how you start or which property you start with. So I'm going to go ahead and start with, like I said, the quotient of powers property. So with the quotient of powers property, I'm going to look at each of these two fractions that I am multiplying. So in the first one, I have A is the base for each of them, and I'm dividing. So what I'm allowed to do is subtract the exponents. So instead of writing it as A to the 10th power divided by A to the 6th power, I'm going to write it as A to the power of 10 minus 6. And I know that that is actually A to the 4th power. And then the second fraction, which I'm multiplying by this, or with this, is A to the power of 7 divided by A to the power of 4. And again, I have the same base, and I am dividing. So I'm allowed to subtract the exponents. 7 minus 4, which is 3. So my simplified version using the quotient of powers property is A to the 3rd power. So now I need to multiply. I've got A to the 4th and A to the 3rd. So now I'm going to multiply those two together. So if I have A to the 4th power times A to the 3rd power, I am multiplying. Both of them have a base of A. So I'm allowed to add the exponents. And 4 plus 3 is 7. So my final simplified answer would be A to the power of 7. So again, step 1, I used the quotient of powers property. And then in step 2, I used the, oops, let me go back to that. I lost it. And in step 2, I used the product of powers property.